So it's a shame that Mr. Bannon has put us in this position, but we won't take no for an answer. Mr. Bannon stands alone in his complete defiance of our subpoena. That's not acceptable. No one in this country, no matter how wealthy or how powerful, is above the law.
Good evening, Black people and all allies fighting for Black liberation, Black prosperity, and Black joy. I'm Charles Blow, and welcome to Prime. The House Committee investigating the deadly January 6th attack voted unanimously tonight to advance a measure holding Steve Bannon in criminal contempt of Congress. It's a historic move from the committee. It signals that the committee will not be soft on Trump allies who refuse to cooperate with the investigation. The measure now heads to the full House of Representatives for a vote, after which it will be in the hands of the U.S. Attorney. A conviction by the DOJ could mean up to a year in prison and a $100,000 fine. Earlier, I had a chance to speak with Representative Adam Schiff, one of the 7 Democrats on the House Select Committee, just hours before the panel's vote. Take a listen. Congressman Adam Schiff, thank you so much for joining me today. So Steve Bannon, former aide to the president in the White House, has refused to comply with the January 6th Commission subpoenas. The committee will move forward today with voting to hold him in contempt. How do you expect this to play out from that point forward?
To contempt. When that passes our committee, it will go to the full House. My expectation is it will pass and the Speaker will refer it to the Justice Department for prosecution. The statute provides that the Justice Department has a duty to present it to the grand jury. Bannon can be imprisoned potentially for up to a year or fined, I think, up to $100,000 for his continued refusal to comply with that lawful process. So our expectation is that the Justice Department will prosecute him.
But what is the timeline here? Is it possible that Bannon could simply run out the clock on this administration, or possibly run out the clock on Democrats holding a majority in the House?
If we were pursuing civil litigation, which is the remedy we had to use during the Trump administration, because during the Trump years we couldn't count on an Attorney General like Bill Barr to prosecute someone for covering up for the former president. After all, we had held Bill Barr in criminal contempt and he did nothing about it. Civil litigation took too long. It took 2 years ultimately to get the former White House counsel, for example, Don McGahn, to testify. But the criminal justice system moves more quickly, and we will expect the Justice Department move with the kind of urgency that they should. And I think that the prospect of jail really concentrates one's attention. So we expect that to move much more quickly.
And have you gotten assurances or even indications from the Justice Department and Attorney General Merrick Garland that he is going to move quickly with the prosecution of Steve Bannon if it is referred to him by the House?
Well, I think there are a number of very encouraging signs. The first is that the Biden administration has not asserted executive privilege, not with respect to the documents we're seeking, not with respect to the testimony we're seeking. The Justice Department, for example, has made available top witnesses, former Justice Department officials, without claiming any kind of work product or other privileges. And the president the other night was asked what he thought should happen with those that obstruct Congress or refuse to comply with lawful process, and acknowledged they should be prosecuted. So I think there's good reason to believe the Justice Department will honor that obligation. I view it as, frankly, an early test of our democracy and whether it's recovering, because I can tell you, Charles, if you or I or anybody else, any of my constituents, simply ignored a subpoena and refused to show up, they would be arrested for it. And that should be true of Steve Bannon as well.
Separately, Donald Trump has sued to block the release of documents, and I think that is in the separate, slower civil court arena. How do you expect that to play out, and can he run out the clock and prevent the committee from getting access to those documents in a timely manner?
I suspect that he will try once again to run out the clock, but I also expect that the courts will realize what's going on here. that Donald Trump has a meritless argument, and the mere purpose of this litigation is to seek delay. So I would hope that we would get a very quick decision by a district court, and because the merits are so clearly on the side of our committee, that a court of appeals would not stay the order to deliver those documents, the order to the archives to deliver those documents. I would hope that a court would not stay that while the Trump tries to appeal, or if he tried to appeal. But ultimately, we will have to wait to see what the courts do. But I have to hope that they will recognize that this is exactly what Donald Trump is trying to do, which is keep information from the American people that the public needs to stay safe. And the whole goal of our gathering this information is to write a report, to legislate as a result of that report, to make sure that we never have another insurrectionary attack on our Capitol.
You have written a new book called Midnight in Washington, How We Almost Lost Our Democracy and Still Could. I have it right here on my desk. What was the most crucial moment during the Trump administration where you believe that we came closest to losing our democracy as we now know it?
Well, I came to a terrible realization probably in the first year of the Trump presidency that now seems so self-evident. But at the time, I was investigating Russia and its interference in our election. But watching the president attacking the press as the enemy of the people and starting to pressure the Justice Department to intervene to protect those covering up for him and to be used to go after his enemies. And I was watching all of these actions by the president, and I reached the conclusion that the greatest threat to our democracy now came from within. And not just from Donald Trump. There's been a lot written about what took place in the White House during the Trump years, but very little written about what took place in Congress. How so many people that I admired and respected because I believed that they believed what they were saying, turned out not to believe in anything they were saying, not to believe in anything as much as the maintenance of their own power or position. And that's what I wanted to write about. And the point, I think, where we became most in danger, frankly, is the present. It's not even the insurrection, which was doomed to failure in terms of that bloody attack, but the fact that even after that insurrection, that people are continuing to push the big lie that led to the insurrection and using that big lie around the country to disenfranchise people, particularly people of color, and also strip independent elections officials of their duties and give them over to partisan acolytes of the former president. They seem to be preparing for the loss of another election, but this time a success in overturning it. So I consider the present to be the most dangerous point for our democracy, and really demanding the attention of every American.
If you believe that their attacks on the elections and people's access to the ballot is the most pressing issue, and the most likely way we could still lose our democracy, do you believe that the White House is leaning in hard enough on this issue?
In my view, they can't lean in too hard on this issue. And it really requires the constant personal engagement by the president with Joe Manchin or whoever it takes to make the case that we cannot allow the filibuster to once again be used to deprive people of their voting rights. Mitch McConnell was more than happy to make exceptions to the filibuster so that the Republican Party could jam conservative justices on the Supreme Court. The case for an exception to the filibuster so that we can protect people's voting rights is so much stronger. It should be completely self-evident. And if it isn't, then I think nothing less than the president's personal and constant engagement, working with Joe Manchin to find the pathway. And I have to hope that what's happening in the Senate this week, where they're going to take up voting rights legislation again, but expect it to fail, is part of showing Joe Manchin that you can give the Republicans every opportunity in the world to protect voting rights. They're never going to do it because their whole political business model is disenfranchising people. They know their ideas are backward, and wrong-headed and never going to command the support of a majority of Americans. Their only hope lies in disenfranchising people, and if even that fails, their only hope lies in overturning the election. So, whatever showing we need to make to Joe Manchin, such that he can make the case back home, we need to do. And in terms of whether the White House is doing enough, I won't be confident that anybody's doing enough until we get this passed.
Donald Trump is indicating in every way he can that he plans to run for president again in 2024. How dangerous would it be for the country if he were to run and to win?
It would be catastrophic. One of the things that I write about in Midnight in Washington is how when Trump felt he had escaped accountability for his Russia misconduct, for having his campaign chairman give internal polling data to Russian intelligence while Russian intelligence was doing a social media campaign to elect Donald Trump, when he felt he had escaped accountability for all of that, it was the very next day, the day after Bob Mueller finally testified, that Donald Trump was on the phone with yet another world leader, this time the president of Ukraine, trying to get yet another country to help him cheat in yet another election. And when he was acquitted of that by the Senate, you could draw a direct line between that acquittal, that escape of accountability yet again, and the bloody insurrection that would follow. And I don't want to have to draw another direct line from the failure to pay attention, understand the seriousness of that insurrection, and some other awful thing that Donald Trump would do if he became president once again. So I think it's an existential danger to our democracy. I do think, Charles, though, he is running. We need to face that squarely. It would be intolerable to Donald Trump to see someone else getting all that attention. Can you imagine if Mike Pence or Nikki Haley or DeSantis or any of these people were the Republican nominee, how crazy Donald Trump would go that he wasn't getting the attention? So I think pathologically he cannot not run. But we have to acknowledge that he could also win. We underestimated him once too often in 2016. So it is, I think, an all hands on deck situation. We need to make sure that first we win the midterms, because if they win the midterms and Kevin McCarthy, God forbid, should ever become Speaker, they would decertify any election they lost.
Right. Representative Adam Schiff, again, the new book is Midnight in Washington. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Great.